इस वक्त इस्लामाबाद में सेमिनार से वफाकी वज़ीर इत्तलात शिबली फराज खिताब कर रहे हैं।
Efforts of Pakistan government in regards to unraveling the real face of India before the international community, presenting the Kashmir dispute in its true perspective and nudging the conscience of global fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir is a story of betrayals, blatant defiance of UN resolutions, and a license for torture and extrajudicial killings. The Indian security forces, under the cover of Armed Forces Special Powers Act, in force in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir since 1990, have killed more than 100,000 Kashmiris, besides being responsible for 7139 custodial deaths, arresting 159,450 civilians, destroying 109,462 structures, widowing 22,192 women, rendering orphan 10,800 children, and raping and gang raping over 12,000 women. Amnesty International and human rights organizations have been regularly compiling reports on such incidents and the blatant abuse of human rights, lending credibility to inhuman indiscretions of the Indian security forces. Who can forget the spine-chilling support of the massacre of January 6, 1993, when the Indian security forces went on rampage and killed 53 innocent Kashmiris, which the Amnesty International in its report said were part of consistent pattern of extrajudicial killings. The latest and the second most horrible manifestation of extrajudicial killings by the Indian security forces is the martyrdom of 13 people in separate incidents in a single day on 2nd June 2020. Using the repeated and unsubstantiated allegations of training and infiltration of Kashmiri resistance fighters to hide their crimes. The situation in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir has become extremely precarious after the repeal of Articles 370, which ended special status of state, followed by its annexation through promulgation of the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. These actions and what is happening in the valley constitute a serious breach of international law, treaties and conventions on human rights and the UN resolutions on the issue. The people of Indian-occupied Jammu Kashmir, under siege since 5th of August, and the advent of coronavirus has enormously added to their woes. Taking advantage of the world focus on the pandemic, Indian forces are persisting with taking Kashmiri lives through extrajudicial killings. During the last 5 months, 110 innocent Kashmiris have been martyred in fake encounters and the so-called cordon and search operations. Ladies and gentlemen, the redeeming factor in this regard is that the international community, owing to the diplomatic offensive of PTI government and the role played by the international media in exposing the Indian atrocities in Indian-occupied Jammu Kashmir, has refused to buy the Indian narrative of the situation in the state being its internal matter, and has expressed disapproval and concern on the abuse of human rights there. The UN human rights body has also corroborated Indian atrocities in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir in its 2 latest reports. The UN Security Council, in its 3 meetings held in the backdrop of developments after 5th of August, has also reiterated that the solution of the Kashmir dispute should be in conformity with the UN Charter and the relevant resolutions, though no required initiative to resolve the dispute has come forth as yet. The Indian government, with a view to distract attention of the world from the state terrorism in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, has adopted a belligerent posture towards Pakistan by continuously violating the ceasefire agreement. Reportedly, during 5 months of the current year, India has committed 957 ceasefire violations and targeted innocent civilians in Azad, Jammu and Kashmir, while the tally stood at 3,000 during 2019. India has also resorted to naked aggression against Pakistan on 26th February 2019, when it sent its planes to bomb a non-existent camp of terrorists at Balakot and had its 2 planes downed by the Pakistan Air Force, besides the capture of 1 pilot, Abhinandan. Pakistan not only released the pilot soon after, but also showed remarkable restraint to avoid a military confrontation between the 2 nuclear states. Thanks to the friendly countries who played a role in diffusing the situation, Pakistan proved its peace-loving credentials to the world, simultaneously making a statement that it was capable of thwarting any aggression by its enemies. The alarming aspect of the permeating situation that India is neither willing to abandon its aggressive posture towards Pakistan nor amenable to rescinding her actions in Indian-occupied Kashmir to pave the way for resolution of the dispute. The proponents of RSS ideology of Hindutva, like Hitler, are bent upon jeopardizing peace and security of the region and reenact the cataclysmic events of Nazi era. Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, warned the world about the likely repercussions of the Hindutva ideology for the region and beyond in his address to the UN General Assembly. Lately, he has also been hinting at the possibility of yet another false flag operation against Pakistan amidst Indian allegations of infiltration aimed at misleading the world and finding an excuse for the apprehended action. In view of the permeating situation, it was time that the UN and the international community woke up to the ground realities in this region, particularly the situation in Indian-occupied Jammu Kashmir, which is a potential nuclear flashpoint. India must also understand that any aggression against Pakistan will be given a matching response, as was done on 26 February 2019. Pakistan has the capability and the will to defend its territorial integrity and any threat to its security. However, it does not want military confrontation with her and desires peaceful settlement of all disputes between the 2 countries, including Kashmir, as per the resolutions of UN's Security Council. Freedom movements cannot be subdued through barrel of the gun and brutalization of the population. Such actions have a boomerang effect as they lead to strengthening of the resolve of the oppressed people to fight it out. This is amply proven by the freedom movement of the Kashmiris since 1989 and their continued resistance against Indian occupation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying that while Pakistan remains committed to resolving Kashmir dispute with India through peaceful dialogue in consonance with UN resolutions, it would not allow her to get away with annexation of Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir through a parliamentary decree and the merciless use of military might against the Kashmiris. Pakistan will continue to extend moral, political, and diplomatic support to their cause and persist with its efforts to expose Indian mechanizations to the world till an amicable solution to the dispute becomes possible. Pakistan, Paindawad. Thank you.